Right, I'm now going to show you our first set of rulers that we brought out as a combination pattern. It's the plume of feathers, but it's the ultra modern plume of feathers. So it's neat, consistent and close. It's not flowery, okay? So the first one in the line is number 11, and that's Modern Feather 1. And it does a lot more patterns, but today we're going to concentrate on sewing from line to line to get the top of the loop, and then the bottom line, which gives us the curve over. And this represents the plume of feather that comes over the top on the original pattern. The second ruler is ruler number 6, which is the Modern Feather 2, which gives you the curve underneath the plume that comes over. This will also do a multitude of other patterns, which I will show you in a little bit. And then we have ruler Modern Feather 3, ruler number 12. And this gives us the curve underneath, that beautiful curl underneath the plume that comes over the top. Again, that does a lot of patterns that I will show you in a video shortly. We're going to concentrate on the number 1 feather first, ruler number 11. This will also give us, and I'll just do a little experiment with it, this will also give us a modern flying geese. So stitch from line to line. Stop on the line with the needle down and bring the ruler round. Now you see those scroll lines on the top? What I'm going to do is put that first scroll line on top of what I've just sewn. And that gives me the angle to come in to do my first loop. So that's the first, in this instance, the first flying goose. And I'm going to come back to the centre. Slide her down. And you can see how it's going to build up to the flying geese pattern. Ultra modern. But sometimes it's nice to do a regular pattern that's got a little bit of a modern twist to it, because that's what quilting's all about. It's about tradition, but you build on that tradition, and each generation brings its own patterns in. I'm sounding very schoolmarmish, aren't I? But I don't mean to. It's just nice to bring something different to the table when you're introducing patterns. So there's, I'll just finish that. That's 3 flying geese, ultra modern, that will sit nicely, but clean, consistent pattern. Now I'm going to use that as the part of my plume of feathers. So this is the top plume. Okay, so stitch from line to line. Bring it round. You've seen what I've been doing now. Bring it round. Put the lines on and stitch. So that's the plume over the top. Okay, lovely, modern, clean, concise lines. Very simple. I'm going to cut that piece of thread. I know you will finish it off properly, but for demonstration I'm just going to cut it off. Now I'm going to introduce Modern Feather number 2, ruler 6. And you can see the scroll lines on here, and that point there is that point there. And that scroll line there is that stitch line there. So if I put that point there and that stitch line there, put my needle down into the fabric at the top of the curve and bring it down to the corner. Right? Slide the ruler over. I'm going to turn the fabric to show you what I'm doing. That point sits onto the point you've just sewn, and there's the curl round there. Okay? I don't want to confuse you by turning the fabric, but I want you to see which lines I'm talking about. And that gives me the undercurve underneath your plume. I know I keep repeating that word, but so that's giving a beautiful modern touch. Now we're going to bring the curl in underneath all of that. And to bring the curl in, I'm going to put the edge of the channel onto the sewn line. Okay? Put your foot down into the curl and stitch all the way down to the corner. Okay? Down and into the corner. Don't worry, it's going to be fine. Bring the ruler over and put the edge of the channel onto the sewn line there. See? Stitch down to the corner and then come back up and stitch your curl. Ooh, doesn't that look lovely? Stitch your curl round. And there is your modern plume of feathers. Ultra modern, clean, concise lines. Just gorgeous. Isn't that lovely? It also looks a little bit like an owl. That's just playtime. That's entirely up to you. Playing with the rulers, turning the rulers. I'm going to turn the fabric. Let's have a little play. If I stitch one line there. Now, I haven't done this purposefully. I haven't practiced this. This is a first time for me. So it's a second time for you. Bring it round and down. Now then, what happens if we turn and bring that round and I've run out of fabric? Okay, I'll bring it round and I'll put it up there. Oh, silly me. There we go. I'll do a long line of them. Not what I was intending to do, but there you go. It's what comes. Bring it round and stitch. So now we can do a flat border. Consistent flat border all the way along. Look at that. That is so lovely and modern. Bring it down and slide it along. Now that mistake I made when I ran out of fabric, yes. If I had planned with my pa's design buttons on a piece of paper with a pencil, I wouldn't have made that mistake. I would have known exactly where I was on the paper. But you can bring along a lovely flat line border. I'm going to do more with that on a later video. What I want to do now is go on to another video and I'm going to introduce the other two rulers that I've used on this. So number 11, Modern Feather 1. Enjoy.